Hi, this is yesterday's Moose production. Going to be playing my levels, ones that I have updated for version 1.20 of Super Mario Maker. I haven't updated every single level that I've made, but just a select few. So I'm going to go ahead and play all of those levels now. First level is a level that I created on day one that Super Mario Maker came out. I called it level 1-1. So I went ahead and upgraded the power-ups so that they're context-sensitive power-ups, and also put in a checkpoint as well. Alright, here we have level 1-1, the very first level that I created with Super Mario Maker. And I'm going to try to play this level and avoid the power-ups and just kind of point out where the power-up upgrades have been put into place. Hopefully I'll be able to get through this level as regular Mario. I will allow myself to get bigger when I get to the checkpoint at least. And I may not be able to sustain this for every single game, or rather every single level that I play. It is kind of difficult, of course, to try to go through just as regular Mario. So there, of course, we have a checkpoint. And I'll go and get hit. There's a mushroom. And I'll get the superstar, why not? Should have enough time to take him out. Yep. So up here to the left there's a bunch of coins. I'm not going to go ahead and get them all. And there's the 1-up. I'll collect that, and that's the end of the level. There you have it, level 1-1, upgrade. Next level is backwards compatible, that's been upgraded with checkpoints and power-up upgrades. This is of course the reverse level of 1-1 and 1-2. This of course brings us to backwards compatible. This level I had the idea for before Super Mario Maker came out, when I knew that there was going to be doors that would move you from one end of the level to another. That's when I had the idea for this level. I was like, oh, I could just make a mirror image of level 1-1. And wasn't really enough to just recreate the first level. I also went ahead and recreated the second level for when you go under the pipe, because it kind of made sense that you would go to the second level. And this gives the player, you know, a bit more to deal with, a bit more of a challenge. With the checkpoints, it makes it a little interesting because, of course, once you pass the first level, then you got to deal with this second level. So hypothetically, it would be kind of like a normal game, I guess. It's actually, yeah, the piranha plants, I was worried that they might get me. Bye, mushroom. And of course, take the warp zone. So 1-up here, and a superstar. There you have it, level backwards compatible, upgrade. Under, over, and back again is another reverse level, or going from right to left level. It's a bit more involved. Went ahead and upgraded this as well with the checkpoints and of course the power-up upgrades. Right, this level is under, over, and back again. Originally I was making this level knowing that the update was going to be coming out pretty soon, and I went ahead and uploaded the level anyway because basically the reason was because I wanted the level out there. I didn't want to sit on it indefinitely. There's the first checkpoint, by the way. And also I knew that I could go ahead and just update the level with a checkpoint if I wanted. Originally I thought that this meant I would simply be able to upgrade the existing level and keep the code the same, but as we all know now, that is not the case. You have to update, or rather upload the level again if you want to make changes to it. That's alright. Now I have basically 2 versions of almost all of my levels online. And there's the second checkpoint. And I'll let those go over there. Now there's a mushroom there, and also there's a secret mushroom there. And a mystery mushroom there. That was always a mystery mushroom anyway. Alright, there we have it. Under, over, and back again. Another right to left level called Left-Handed Level Love. And there are 2 checkpoints in this level. They're pretty close to one another, and after the fact of uploading it I realized that the second checkpoint is kind of hard to get to as Big Mario, unfortunately. But I figure if you've gotten to that point and you're Big Mario, then well, you could probably make it through the rest of the stage without needing to get that checkpoint anyway. Alright, Left Hand Level Love version 1.20. Originally this was a hidden block, but it decided to make it a little bit easier and give people the option of using the vine. I added those trampolines, you know, just for fun. They don't really serve much of a purpose. They definitely don't make the level more difficult. Now, this originally here was a hidden block. And it now leads to the first checkpoint. Now this checkpoint here is actually difficult to get to as Big Mario. Again, I figure if you've gotten to this part of the game and you're Big Mario, or this part of the level I should say, then you could probably get through the rest of it without having to go to that checkpoint. You know, I could be wrong. In retrospect, I could have added some more power-ups. Oh, by the way, Hidden Vine. That was a new addition. Again, if somebody wants to climb up there. And there's another power-up for no reason, because at this point you don't really need a power-up. And there's a 1-up. Not sure why I'm compelled to get these 1-ups, but I'll get them anyway. There we go. Indiana Mario's Last Crusade was a lot better before the update because there was an invisible floor that you could walk along. Now that the update is in effect, that trick doesn't work anymore, so I uploaded the level and put donut lifts in the place of an invisible walkway. I don't feel that it's as effective, but as a stage I guess it's okay. Now here we have Indiana Mario's Last Crusade version 2. I made it easier to get on top of that part of the level and get the superstar. From the looks of it, people are not using it online though. People are still kind of dying in the same spot they used to. Other than that, everything else about the level is the same, except for the ending of the level, of course. So far, everything of this level is the same. I didn't want the player to be Super Mario during that first section. They were always supposed to be Super Mario at this section. And there is the checkpoint, and I added that platform to make things a little bit easier. Now if I were to lose, I would come back at that point and then go up the pipe, and I would always get the fire flower. This is how you get through this level really quickly, by the way. Now again, this leads down here. I found that there's a glitch involving these skull platforms there that I put in this decoration. You could actually trigger them. I'm still not sure exactly how they got triggered, but I don't know, it just kind of ruined the effect. So I fixed those, and here's the donut platforms, which are obviously not at all like an invisible platform, but still, you know, they go away if you stay on them too long, but who's going to stay on them long enough for them to fall down anyway? Take out Bowser. There we go. And there we have Indiana Mario's Last Crusade version 2. It was a lot better the first time around, but hey, what can you do? Judgement Day Mario is one of the levels that I created when the Super Mario Maker first came out. And once I had access to the Super Mario World theme, I wanted to make a kind of ghost house, kind of ominous level that was kind of in the theme of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, with skulls all over the place and whatnot. Now with the update, I was able to add checkpoints, which is nice because it gives people a bit of a break, and I did add a few things here or there to make it a little bit easier to get through this level. Alright, Judgment Day Mario. There's a hidden star there, by the way, which makes plowing through this section a lot easier, but there is a way to just jump off of these dry bones and get to this side anyway. Certainly not impossible, but it is difficult. I'm basically forced to get that mushroom, by the way. I might need the mushroom for this section, so I'm going to take it. All of this is the same anyway, except for this. There is the first checkpoint flag, which would have resulted in me being Big Mario anyway, Super Mario. It's a hidden star. There's a 1-up up there. And that would have been a mushroom had I been regular Mario. Oh no! That's bad. But I can get this. That is always supposed to be a feather. I figured since it's a hidden block, it can put out whatever it wants. And that used to be a mushroom. With the power-up upgrades in effect, it's actually a lot better this way. And here's the second checkpoint, and that would have been a mushroom. Oh, come on Yoshi, there we go. Over there, some coins and a 1-up. I'm not gonna bother getting it right now. Hidden star. There's one here if you need it. Now this power up here, I forgot to upgrade it, so that's always going to be a super leaf or feather or whatever. That's alright. Can't be perfect. Oh wow, that killed me. It does help out the player anyways. Bye mushroom. So it doesn't really hurt the level to have that one power up be super feather, cape, or whatever you want to call it all the time. So I put some hints here to give you little hint that you can do stuff there. And there we go. Judgement Day Mario version 1.20. Slightly easier. Bowser's Haunted Airship used to be called On a Pirate Ship. I redesigned it a little bit and renamed it because I didn't really like the name anymore. And with the checkpoints in this, it's actually kind of interesting because one of the checkpoints, if you say die and you respawn at that checkpoint, there's actually an enemy that's right in front of you. Thankfully you kind of get rid of it automatically, but I kind of didn't think of that when I put the checkpoint there, and it's kind of a good lesson to keep in mind to make sure to put the checkpoints in the right place, because this is probably the second level where I could have thought a bit more about where the checkpoint was placed. Anyway, get the level started. Alright, Bowser's Haunted Airship. If you jump at the very beginning, and that would have been a feather if I were Super Mario. In retrospect, I could have just made it a leaf, I should say. Could have been a leaf all the time because it's a hidden block. By the way, if you jump immediately when you start this level, there is a secret superstar. There's the first checkpoint, by the way. If you lose at that checkpoint, there's a bomb that will be right under your feet. That's one way to do it. And a 1-up and a mushroom. So I added that sound effect there to give the player a little bit of a warning that, hey, Bowser's going to be close. Also added a bunch of... There's an invisible... there we go. I knew there was an invisible block there because I put it there, so... There's a lot more arrows now. Try to help the player. And that would have been a super leaf. Alright. There's also a superstar here and a mushroom. And Bowser just took himself out. However, if he had stayed around, then I could have just used the fire flower. This fire flower is also an upgraded fire flower, so if I were a small Mario, that would be a mushroom. There we go, and a 1-up. And in case I didn't get that 1-up, then there's 3 more. Bunch of sound effects just for fun. I think this works a lot better this way with checkpoints. Pipes This Way version 1.20 is actually a lot closer to how I envisioned this level when I designed it. Originally when I was making levels, I did kind of have in mind of staggering the power-ups, so as you progress through the level, the power-ups would get better. Now with the upgraded power-ups, it pretty much accomplishes exactly what I was trying to do. And also the checkpoints do help a lot with this level. And there were 1 or 2 touches that I did modify in the level, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. Alright, here we have Pipes This Way. Originally I did want this level to have staggered power-ups, which it did. Now with the power-up upgrades, it makes a lot more sense. I do realize, however, that for the casual player of Mario, it may not be the best thing to have power-up upgrades. For someone who's not very familiar with Super Mario, and I went down that pipe. That was kind of funny. Go back up. Yeah, for the average person, casual player playing Super Mario, it could end up with a situation, oh, there's the first checkpoint, by the way. Could end up in a situation where you're just always getting the mushrooms and never actually getting the power-up. And that could be unfortunate, you know. With the way the levels used to be, if someone who wasn't the best at Super Mario made it through a really hard level, and then the creator had put in, you know, a more powerful power-up, then that casual player would be able to get that power-up and use it. Whereas now, if they get to that point in their small Mario, well, then it's going to be a mushroom now. So, you know, it's possible that people may still design levels with the way the power-up system used to be. I might even make a few levels like that myself, even with the power-up upgrades. For example, one of my levels that I will be getting to in this video, I didn't bother to put power-up upgrades at all because basically it wouldn't have serviced the level to do that. Would have made it silly. Anyways, there we have the level. Super Fly Blocks is a modification of my Super Mario Bros. 3 level. It's gone through a number of different iterations, and this is, I would say this is the absolute last one. And I really want to try to point out to the player that, hey, there are secrets here that you can get. So I put in a number of ways to let the player get to the secrets. And of course, you know, maybe nobody will find them still, but it's at least nice to think that, you know, I put them in there and it's kind of like a real level where, you know, there's secrets to be found. Alright, here we have Super Mario Bros. 3, and we have Super Fly Blocks. I really liked the original design of this level, even though I have given it a lot of tweaks. It still, to me, feels like a official Super Mario level. And there's the first checkpoint, by the way. And there's a super leaf. And that would have been a... and by the way, I can use these vines now to gain access to the secret area. That did not work out so well. That's okay, because now, thanks to the power-up upgrades, originally this power-up that I'm about to get would have been a mushroom. However, now it is a super leaf. So I am not without hope. So as you can see, the power upgrades do have their advantages as well. Of course they have their advantages. Why wouldn't they? But here we have this special music now. And some cheering. This special music only plays for this section, this bonus section. And a little more sound effects. So I'm just going to head to the end of the level. And a secret star. And there's a checkpoint flag. Now here's something that's cool. I don't know if it'll happen now because I'm Big Mario. Yeah, okay, there's a mushroom. So there will be another power-up that's coming along. There we go. And if I had been Small Mario, that would have been a mushroom, but now it is a fire flower. And it got hurt. So it didn't matter anyway. But it's cool that you can use power-up upgrades in the same way that regular power-ups are used. You can throw them in pipes, you can put them on wings, you can do all the regular stuff. For some reason I just thought that that was interesting. You know, of course it does that. Yoshi's Vanilla Cookie Valley is another level that I designed with staggering power-ups, and now that, you know, again with the power-up upgrades, it makes it a lot more like a real level. I added a few touches here or there to make this level easier, because all of these levels I pretty much had in mind of making nice casual Super Mario World levels. So I added a few touches, basically made it more like vanilla cookies. If you see on the map there, you can kind of see the vanilla cookies, and when I play the level, maybe it'll be more apparent that there's actually vanilla cookies on the level now. Alright, Yoshi's Vanilla Cookie Valley. This was designed to be a nice casual Super Mario World level for people to play, and by the way, there is the first vanilla cookie. By putting those clouds in there, it actually makes a lot more sense as a vanilla cookie now. I added an extra Yoshi in case the player lost Yoshi. And that would have been a mushroom. Well, I got it anyway. Alright, I'll go to the bonus area because I still automatically get a power up because this is a bonus area. And again, the special music just plays... Oh, I lost my power up. Just plays for this section. There's no more power-ups at this point anyway, so I'll just get this star and finish the level. Eventually. Swimming Trunks was meant to be the second casual Super Mario level. So if this was a course world and there were 4 levels, this would be the second casual Super Mario World level. And this benefits a lot from the update, so I think it actually improves the level now that with the checkpoints and everything. Alright, Swimming Trunks. Version 1.20 is a good example of using power-up upgrades in fun ways, like this pipe, which will give me a mushroom and then a fire flower. And then now it's giving me fire flowers, and I'll go ahead and become regular Mario. And there we go. It will always do that now. Even if there are 2 mushrooms on the screen, it's still gonna spit out mushrooms. There's the first checkpoint, by the way. I'm not gonna bother getting it. But now that pipe spits out helmets, obviously it can be a little difficult to pick up a helmet and then go in here, and I lost Yoshi by doing that, by the way, which was a little silly. This section you can still get through it without activating the vines. At least I believe you can. Assuming I can make these jumps. No, I'm just gonna fall down. Well, I could always just do this. The thing is, you need a bit of momentum. There's the second checkpoint. It's gonna keep spitting out fire flowers now anyway, because there's no way for me to lose my power-ups fast enough. It's okay. I don't need to be small Mario all the time anyway. I added in some sound effects just for fun, for when you get the 1-ups. Put a nice P-switch here so that if you want it, you could go back through this section. I'm not going to bother doing that. Anyways, still cool. I'm going to go ahead and finish the level. Baby Bowser's Caged Castle 1.20. This again, I designed it with staggered power-ups, and now it plays more like it was supposed to, or like it was intended to be. And I did put a few touches in the level as well. Basically, the first time I designed it, there's a situation that sometimes happens with stationary platforms where they don't appear properly, and you really got to pay attention to how they overlap over one another, because they can actually disappear. And that happened to me, and then I saved it, and then I was never really happy with that result. And now that I had the opportunity to update it, I went ahead and fixed those minor designs. I'll point it out while I'm playing the level anyway. Okay, Baby Bowser's Caged Castle. Hidden Yoshi, by the way. Here, where there's the mesh and the wall and the bars, that was something that I added when I updated the level, because those bars that you can see, the metal bars, they weren't showing up before. The stationary platform did exist, but it was blocked out by the other platforms. It's hard to explain, but trust me, the game will do that. I added a bunch of hidden stuff here if somebody was so inclined. It's also really not a good idea to run through this level, I noticed, even if you're invincible. Still a good idea to take time. I'm not gonna, there's another hidden block there. In the original version of this level, that was a mushroom, but now with the power-up upgrades, it becomes a fire flower, which is cool. It's a bit more the way that I intended the level to work. And there's the other checkpoint. And this level is so easy that I can't imagine that anyone would need that second checkpoint. And that pipe, by the way, will always spit out fire flowers. I went ahead and did the power-up upgrade, but I noticed you can't lose your power-up fast enough for it to ever become a mushroom. Come here, buddy. I'm not going to stomp on you. I'm just going to make you fall to your fiery doom. And there we have Baby Bowser's Caged Castle. The new and improved version. Pipe Organ Castle version 1.20 is another level that's gone through a few development phases. This is the last edition that this will ever have. I'm not going to update it again. Basically, I padded out the level. It used to be a lot more difficult, involved a lot of wall jumps, a lot of skillful navigating through enemies and whatnot. So I kept the basic level design the same, but basically made it a lot easier for someone to get through. And also I added it through some bonuses that people can get along the way. Alright, got some wall jumping action. And a 1-up. Now if I were to smash those bricks, assuming I was Super Mario, there's enemies that actually pop out of there. There used to be Koopas here, but I noticed they were killing people a lot, so I got rid of them. There's still one over here, but if you don't jump over there to get him, he won't bother you. There's the first checkpoint, and there's the superstar. Which basically allows me to plow through this whole level. And to the right there's a bunch of secrets, which I'm not going to bother with. It's a secret mushroom there. I'll get it, why not? Now I could have actually stayed on that wall and just gotten the second checkpoint like that. Now, there are hidden blocks here to make it easier to get through this level if you don't want to make this jump, but maybe people won't find that that hidden part there. And of course I'm messing up the jump because, you know, I'm trying to record. I mean, wall jumps can be a bit tricky anyway, especially the way these are. So the ending of this level is a little bit different. You do have to adjust your jump, but I put more Koopas. Those arrows though, they're to help you know where you're supposed to be landing. If you don't follow the arrows, it is possible to actually get hurt, I noticed. Kind of a bummer, but again, it can't alter the game's mechanics. Pitfall versus Super Mario Bros. U was a level that I originally created to pay homage to Pitfall for the Atari 2600, and it also featured a section that was supposed to be reminiscent of Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns, and that's basically when you go down the pipe and end up in the caves. That's what that section is supposed to be. I went ahead and redesigned one section of it to be more like a tar pit from the original Pitfall, and with the addition of checkpoints it does lose a bit of the old school feel, but again, like this game was like Super Mario Maker. It allows you to put checkpoints in, so I'm going to put checkpoints in to make it easier for people who are playing Super Mario Maker and not the original Pitfall. Help those people out to actually get through this level. Alright, last but not least, we have Pitfall versus Super Mario Bros. U. I'm just going to play this level normally. I'm not going to try to stay as Small Mario the whole level, because it was never intended for you to stay as Small Mario the entire level. So these munchers over there are supposed to represent the alligators, and the reason why there are spikes on the bottom is because it's supposed to be hazardous. There's the first checkpoint, by the way. In the original Pitfall you could not go into the water, so I decided to make it a hazard. Now this section here with the munchers is supposed to represent the tar pits in Pitfall. I never really got around to that when I was originally designing the level, so in a way it's good that I was able to update it and put that in. Even though you can't actually make a tar pit, it does kind of look like a tar pit. I redesigned this part to make it easier for people to get through. And also, wow, that mushroom got trapped. It's good to know. I didn't know that the mushroom could get trapped. Now I know. And this originally down here was a pit. And there's the second checkpoint. If someone were to lose at this point, I don't know. It'd be kind of hard. There's a lot of fire flowers all over the place. And strategically placed stars. So basically everything about this level stayed the same, with the exception of the flags, the checkpoint flags. And there we go. There's the Yesterday's Moose logo. And that's the end of the level. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a Yesterday's Moose production, and I'll see you next time.